Good evening. It's 91.3 WYEP, Love Pittsburgh Music Month, and we've been doing live and direct sessions with Pittsburgh area musicians all month long. And tonight we're going to do a live and direct session with Kenny Stockard. And welcome to the studios, Kenny.
Thanks for having me.
I was first turned on and saw you perform on stage, as maybe some other folks did as well, with the Common Heart a few years ago, singing on stage. And I've seen you perform at different venues over the last few years. I know that we've spotlighted you before as a Artist of the Week, as a Pittsburgh Artist of the Week. And we're here to hear some music tonight. So would you like to get us started?
Oh, yeah, I can get it started.
All right. Kenny Stockard, it's live and direct here at 91.3 WYEP.
Hasn't been a lot of time, but I know that it's you. Hey, there's definitely been a lot of signs that it's you, yeah. And I know it might sound a little crazy, but I know what I know. So enough about my words, yeah. You can watch how I show you, how I show you, how I show you, how I show you. Ooh, and I've been through a whole lot, said a whole lot of trouble, and a whole lot of thoughts. And I was looking just for you, yeah. So for the rest of my time, I'm gonna prove, yeah, yeah. Do you wanna take this ride with me? 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 Do you wanna take? Do you wanna take this ride with me? Do you wanna take this ride with me? Do you wanna take this ride with me? Do you wanna take this ride with me?
91.3 WYEP, that is Tag You're It. Kenny Stockard is here live and direct, part of Love Pittsburgh Music Month, and that's the actual first song that I've heard from you. And I think it was back in 2020 when that came out, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that was 2020.
When did you decide to make the dive into trying to pursue music as a full-time career?
In like 2016, 2017, around that time, yeah. I was kind of traveling between here in Cleveland because I lived in Cleveland at the time, but I was gigging in Pittsburgh a lot. And just kind of in that season, a lot of things were happening. It kind of led me to that decision around that time.
Now, you grew up in a musical family and performed and sang in church at a young age. What was the decision point of that switch saying, it's time to, follow my passion?
Yeah, it was life circumstances. Like my grandfather got sick, and I couldn't be at home back in St. Louis as much as I'd like to be, and it was just kind of all of the signs were saying that the way I was doing things wasn't working for as far as my career and my job, and I had a gift that I could orient like my lifestyle around, and I could make time for my family the time that I thought was necessary. So yeah, that's kind of where all of those things happening at once kind of made me just kind of quit the job and then go be at home with my family for a while. And then my grandfather passed away and spend time with them for a few weeks, and then eventually slowly move into gigging because I had gigs lined up. And then at first I thought I would need to go back to work, but then I just realized I could just keep gigging, and I just didn't go back.
How does that, for a lot of people who listen, they don't know how to, the pursuit of finding gigs and finding paying gigs and things as a musician. And you play with a band, and you also play solo a lot. That's a full-time job, just pursuing those.
Yeah, definitely. I'm built for it. You know, it's a part of my gifting, so that makes it a lot easier because I have the drive to, you know, stay up all night sometimes when it's necessary, and then stay up all day when it's necessary too, to make sure that things are done well because I love it. You know what I mean?
Well, whether it's Tag You're It, I know the song Summertime, there's always a real good positive feeling from your music. Is that your goal and aim?
No, I think that's just who I am. Yeah, I'm not some blind optimist, but I do kind of generally look at life, and good and bad, and my perspective is, you know, it's worth living. So, you know, I kind of write from that perspective.
When you're writing and when you're creating and putting things together, I know that you have a lot of different lanes that you're in musically, and I don't know if you like to categorize or put it out there, or if it's just a combination of a bunch of different genres. But how do you describe your music to people that haven't quite heard you yet?
Just prepare to be energized and prepare to feel, you know, very deeply, because I'm aiming for the soul. I sing from mine, and I'm trying to reach the person listening. I guess don't expect a certain thing, because you never know what I'm going to do as far as band size or song selection or even style of music, because like you said, I do a lot of different styles of music and I have a lot of influences. So I can never say what to expect as far as specifics, you know, but I know that people will, you know, leave feeling better than when they walked in, for sure, just as I do when I sing it.
I read a little bit of your bio that said you create music for the soul. Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Yeah, I just create music that speaks to the experiences that we all feel and are impacted by, like breakups and loss, or like good weather, or, you know, just seeing a pretty girl, or, you know, just good coffee. I write about the things that affect us, you know, in our daily, because I don't think there are things that are too small to say, like, oh, that can impact your soul. And I'm like, yeah, where you get coffee every day does impact your soul, because, you know, if it's a bad atmosphere, that can impact you negatively, but if it's a good atmosphere, it can impact you positively. So you know what I mean?
Kenny Stockard is here. We're doing a live and direct session with Kenny right now, and it's part of Love Pittsburgh Music Month. He's a Pittsburgh artist, and why don't you do a couple more tracks, and we'll come and back and talk a little bit about what is going on currently with you.
Okay, sounds good.
Kenny Stockard, live and direct here at 91.3 WYEP. It's part of Love Pittsburgh Music Month.
This is Gimme Your Love. I wrote this in 2014 about a girl in college. Every day passes right by me, stars are falling everywhere. Can you see? Let me hold you, give you what you need. You gotta know that I want you, girl, and I just want to embrace you, and I just want to keep you. Yes, you're a gem, and I need you to know. Share your shine in the depths of my soul. Let me hold you, girl, protecting this thing. You gotta know that I want, need you, girl, and I just want to embrace you, and I just want to keep you. And I want to embrace you. Give me your love. Come on and give me your love. And I just want to embrace
yeah. Bit by bit by bit by. Said piece by piece, we'll get wiser. We'll climb even higher. And I just want to embrace you, yeah, 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 yeah. And I just want to keep you, yeah, yeah. And I want to embrace you. Give me your love, give me your love, give me your love, baby, yeah. And I just want to embrace you. And I wanna keep you, and I want to embrace you. Give me your love, give me your love, give me your love, 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 love. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on now, come on, hey, hey. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Give me your love, give me your love, give me your love, love. You got me needing your loving, oh, needing your loving, oh, needing your loving, I need it, your loving, oh. I can't describe what I'm feeling inside. I ain't that type, but it's a crazy vibe. Alright, I hadn't felt before. Got me used to seeing the best, and I want more. You got that loving, it makes me feel so lovely. It makes me wanna touch you. Ooh, I gotta have you, baby. I'm feeling things, crazy things, silly things. I can't believe this is happening. And everybody says that I am crazy, and some might say I'm foolish. I really ain't the type. Why am I smiling hard? You know I don't need nobody, no, no. So if I said it, then you know that it's real. If I'm speaking on it, feel me. You got the right one at the right time. I don't know much, but you're all mine. You got me needing your loving, oh, needing your loving, oh, needing your loving, your loving. I need it, your loving, oh, you got me needing your loving, oh. I need your love. Oh, needing your loving, your loving. I need it, your loving.
91.3 WYEP. We're live and direct in our studios, part of Love Pittsburgh Music Month, with Kenny Stockard tonight, a Pittsburgh musician who, well, I guess comes to us from Cleveland as well. But how long have you been living here in Pittsburgh now, Kenny?
I moved to Pittsburgh in 2013.
Okay, so yeah. It's been a while. You're a Pittsburgher.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Absolutely. And we're filled with love here in the studio after those last couple of tracks.
I'm glad, yeah.
Are you currently working on any studio material? Any new stuff right now, or what's happening in your world?
Yes, I am working on a lot of R&B material right now. I'm kind of focusing on I have a Sam Cooke show happening kind of in the lane of like old school. Like I have a old school kind of feel R&B record and a more contemporary R&B record that I'm working on.
Now, the Sam Cooke show is at Bottle Rocket Social Club.
Yep,
and
Bottle Rocket Social Club. Yes, that's right.
That's a tough one to say. But is it covers of Sam Cooke tunes, or
so it'll be like a performance of his 1963 Live at Harlem Square album, and at the end there'll be additional covers, but we're going to be performing that album primarily start to finish first.
And that's on July the 28th. It's happening at Bottle Rocket. All right. Well, Kenny's here, and also, I know that I think it was the beginning of this last year where you put out a cover of the Staple Singers classic "Respect Yourself."
Yeah, that was fun.
And where did that come from? Because that's one I think I caught a little bit on social media or an Instagram post when it was first out.
That came from a ramble from 2022. They sent us files and they were like, "Hey, if you'd like to use that," and it was just all of our live performances from that night. And I decided to use one of the live performances that I did from that night.
So, do you have any plan a release for this year, or are you still working and collaborating and trying to put together some new material?
I mean, it all depends on what I can afford. I mean, because I'm not like under a label, so it's like, yes, if I can afford to save the money to make that happen, but if not, I'm not pressing myself. If it happens this year, next year, or the one after that, I'm not gonna be pressed about it. But I'm not sure.
What do you think is the biggest risk you've taken as a solo musician or as a musician so far?
I think the biggest risk is continuing to open your heart back up to allow for that expression to happen through you.
How I know that you mentioned it in one of the questionnaires, but where are some of the, I guess, the drives and the influences to your writing? Where do those come from?
Like, I guess the subjects are just the things that are happening in my life, just everyday things that impact me heavily, or things that I feel like I have something to say to. I don't really kind of push myself to write about things that I don't already have something to say about. So that's kind of how my songs are born, just out of what I'm already thinking and feeling.
Kenny Stockard is live and direct with us here in the studios, and I know that you got another song lined up for us here at this live and direct session here. Is this a brand new one?
No, the last song I performed, Needing You, is actually not even released yet. I just wanted to throw that out there.
That's great.
But this next one was from my first project, Chase Chance.
Chase Chance. Do you want to tell us a little bit about Chase Chance? It was an EP?
Yeah, it was EP. I put it out April of last year. It's named after my two nieces, Chase and Chance, and dedicated to their mother, who is my sister, who passed in 2019. I just wanted to make a record about things that I have been experiencing in life, and I wanted to dedicate it to my sister, and just kind of like in line with the themes that she and I used to discuss about, like, my future. She was definitely pivotal in helping shape the way I think about going forward about life and career choices.
We are live and direct with Kenny Stockard. It's part of WYEP Music Month, and we'd love if you do another song for us, Kenny.
Just let me pour out all I've held in. Drinking this whole bottle of rum is the least of my sins. It's been a rough, cruel time, but I gotta break free. Loneliness kills, it does. Darkness has imprisoned me, but I'm getting out of here, getting out of here, getting out. A shoulder to cry on is all I'm asking for. I can't begin to form the words, I just cry out, oh. Color my empty circles, fill my blankness with love, fill my unfurnished heart, maybe you'll bring some charm. I'm moving on, I'm moving on. I gotta get on out of here. Yes, I am. Yeah. I am. Yeah.
gotta go These days I feel the gray shade. This time I made a card on the bottom. Just a little strength is all I need. It's the only way I can fathom. Oh, I'm getting out of. Yeah. Yes, I am. I'm getting out of here. Getting out of here. Just a little strength, just a little further. I've got more. Say yes, I do, yes, I do, yeah, yeah. Mama used to say, don't look to the left and don't look to the right, but I've got to keep my mind. I've got to keep my mind on what I know, on what I know. Yeah.
We are live and direct with Kenny Stockard, part of WYEP Music Month. Kenny, thank you very much for coming in to share your music and your story. And I do have a couple of final questions for you, since it's WYEP Music Month. What do you think are some of the most positive aspects of the Pittsburgh music scene, and what do you think needs some work?
I mean, I think it's positive that there are like many opportunities, and there are many artists that want those opportunities. There's just a vast amount of new music happening, and I can't even keep up with all the band names. And just and that's a good problem to have in a new city, or as a young person, or as a music lover in general, of any generation. I think just with anything new, it's going to take, a couple years of like reeling it in to like get it back to, or get it to a new place of just like, stability and structure with, things can kind of being a little more streamlined with like pay, things like that, and making sure that kids are not working for free and that venues are not asking them to work for free, and making sure that people are not asking for too much for, things that you're just overcharging, because it kind of hurts the market and it hurts our work on both extremes, Not a popular opinion, but it's mine.
Well, that's good. That's I'm glad for your honesty. It's one of those things where it's got to be feasible for a community to thrive and grow and sustain.
Yeah. And
it seems like there are a lot of positives that are happening with lots of different venues, both small and individual and outdoor and live shows this summer. And Friday night you'll be playing at Bottle Rocket Social Club doing some Sam Cooke, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much for coming in and taking the time to share your music and story.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for having me.
Live and direct on this WYEP Music Month with Kenny Stockard.